The first Mishnah in Shas deals with Kriyas Shema, the reading of the Shema. It's a fundamental mitzvah which is the crux of every Jew's belief in God. And perhaps this is the reason why Rabbi Yoda Nossi, the redactor of the Mishnayos, placed this Mishnah first in order to stress the importance of faith in God, which is in the prayer of Shema. And the Mishnah starts, Me'emos Ikorna Shema Ba'arvis. At what time in the evening does the obligation to recite the Shema begin? Says the Mishnah, Mishon Shakonim Nifnosim Lechol B'Trumoson. At the time that the priests enter to eat their truma. So a little bit of background. Of course, we know that the priests receive donations from the common folk, the Israelites and the Levites, the non-priests. Those donations are called truma. They're biblically ordained gifts, generally approximately 2% of, let's say, a person's grain, wine, or olive oil. Priests, as a general rule, are not allowed to become defiled, not allowed to become tameh. Tuma is a spiritual impurity, which in some way generally has something to do with death, as explained by the commentaries. In order to remove that impurity, a person has to go to a mikveh. In this case, the Kohen, the priest, must go to a mikveh. After going to the mikveh, the priest has to wait till nightfall. This usually in halacha is expressed as the emergence of 3 small stars. It is called Herev Shemesh, nightfall. And then the priest can now begin eating his truma. The evening Shema begins at the time that the priests enter the city. The mikvahs were located in the fields. They had to go out into the fields in order to use the mikvah, and then they would enter back into town from their trip to the mikvah at the end of the day or near the end of the day. So that's the starting time. When is the final time of recitation of the Shema? Ad Sofa Shmur Rishon, until the end of the first watch, which means that the night was divided up into 3 parts. The first third of the night, considered the first watch. On a 6 p.m. nighttime, we would say the first watch would be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., the second watch from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., and then from 2 a.m. till 6 a.m., again on a equinox clock. So the Kohanim would enter back in town, and they would be able to, they came in, let's say at 6 p.m., and the recitation of the Shema would be until 10 p.m., the first third of the night. Divrei Rebbe Eliezer, this is the opinion of Rebbe Eliezer. The Chachamim Omrim, the sages say, Ad Chatzos, until midnight, which would be on the equinox clock, 12 a.m. Rabbi Gamliel Omer, Rabbi Gamliel says, Ad Sheyala Omer HaShachar. Rabbi Gamliel says, until the morning star rises. That would be dawn. Maisa. Now the Mishnah now tells an anecdote. Maisa Shabo, one of Mibeis Hamishta. Rabbi Gamliel's sons went to a party. Amrlo, they told him, the sons told Rabbi Gamliel, Lo Korino Shema, we did not read the Shema. Amr Lahem, so Rabbi Gamliel said to them, Im lo ola amud hashafar, if the morning star has not arisen, Venus is not in the sky, Chayavanatam likros, you are still required by mitzvah to read the Shema. V'lo zu bilvat, and not only in this mitzvah of Shema, elakol masham revafamim, whenever the sages said afatzos, that a mitzvah should be completed until midnight, mitzvah son ad shi'ala shafar, the actual mitzvah is until the morning star. For example, hektar halab ve'vor, the burning of fats, various sacrificial fats, and the body parts of the animal that were done with the sacrifices, that mitzvah could be done, mitzvah son ad shi'ala shafar, the mitzvah would be in effect until the morning star, until Venus is in the sky. V'chol hanechol liyom echad, anything that is eaten. For example, the korban toda, the Thanksgiving sacrifice, or a chatos, if the person brought a sin offering or a guilt offering, an oshon, and likewise these types of sacrifices that are generally eaten for a day and a night. That is the time limit. So there, the time for eating them is until the morning star. Anything that is eaten, those types of sacrifices, as we described, that are eaten for a day and a night. In fact, it's not only until midnight, but the person can eat those sacrifices from those sacrifices, or that the fats are burnt on those sacrifices that have been removed or are not eaten. They can be those mitzvahs can be performed until the morning star. Asks the Mishnah, Imkain, if that's the case, why did the sages say that these items can only be eaten until midnight? Answers the Mishnah, Kedei laharfik adam min ha'aveira, in order to prevent a person from sinning. But in fact, these items are eaten all night long and can be eaten until the morning star appears in the sky. This ends Mishnah 1. You have been listening to a presentation of benstorah.com.